Yeah, well, I always like to make the distinction between psychic and spiritual, that they're not the same thing. Because sometimes I get people who respond quite strongly, and then they assume that it must be the expression of something higher, or or some expression of God or something like that. And of course that's crazy. But I do it by making the distinction between the psychic realm and the spiritual realm, and because that's an important distinction, because we often assume if we experience something that's not normal to our experience, that there's something deeper or higher to it. And that's not necessarily the case. Well, I think spirituality can be approached in a profoundly objective manner, because it has to do with the reality of our experience. And our experience, it's important to be objective about our experience, and we can quantify our experience. We can look at it objectively, and that's really important. And we can look at depth and recognize that something is deep versus something is not deep. We can recognize very objectively motivations, pure motivations, impure motivations. So I think we can be very objective. I mean, science has given us an incredible tool, and at the same time, we have to have the capacity to expand our consciousness. We have to have the capacity to let go and connect with something that we can't hold with our minds, but yet we could still be objective as to whether we're doing it or not. So there's still an element of profound rationality and reason. I think sometimes spiritually people think we should discard reason, and I think there's different sides to it, because reason is really important, and our capacity to also let go and transcend reason is also really important. It's really something that we're all collectively engaged with, and it's great to just kind of say, that's what I'm interested in, that's a part of me. And of course, we all should be interested in truth. It doesn't get the kind of recognition, and it's almost like, what, you're interested in truth? And actually it should be, well, of course, and isn't it great that we can just say that and pursue that and explore what it means, and not be afraid also of its implications? Because often if you're interested in truth, it's like, well, part of it is like, well, whose truth are you talking about? And it's like, wait a minute, we actually are here to discover more and to get closer to truth. We don't want to just kind of flatten it all out and say, there's no truth, it's not possible to discover truth. So this is great. It's great because I think also it creates space for all of us to, because it's something that we're all discovering together. It's not just something that one person is going to figure out, but we actually have to really kind of claim that it's even possible.